Balls of Fury is what they used to call me back in the day.
Who called you that? Your mother?
Was that at the gay clubs?
Take your pick. Your mother, the gay clubs.
Oh.
Wherever I was, the Balls of Fury were there.
They got a cream for that, you know. I think it's called Selsun Blue.
Okay.
Besides, I know that's crap. There's no way you could afford my mother.
All right.
She's
okay.
out of your class.
All right. So, you know what? Surprisingly, this movie was funny.
It wasn't that bad. But I'll tell you this. You will love this movie if just the title makes you laugh. If the title makes you laugh, if you like seeing people get hit in the nuts, this is your movie. This is Ow, Those Are My Nuts, the movie.
Yeah, this is the double entendre of that movie makes you laugh for the next 20, 30 minutes after you've seen the title. This movie is Lawrence of Arabia for you. Now, the movie was funny for the first hour.
Yes.
That last 30 minutes is pain.
I mean, one of the good things about this movie is that it's short, but it's not short enough.
Now, let's go ahead and tell people what this is about. It is
well, it's Enter the Dragon.
what it's like if you combine. If you got Bruce Lee and instead of doing karate, he played ping pong. That would be this movie. It is Enter the Dragon combined with ping pong.
Except not like with cool martial arts. It's like with Jack Black plays the role with a big Jufro. Plays the role of Bruce Lee.
Gotta love that Jufro. That guy did have the Jufro. What were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
Oh no, you pretty much said it. Yeah, it's if you remade Enter the Dragon, but you just took out all the kung fu and replaced it with ping pong, this would be that movie.
Yeah. And it's the movie's so stupid. You know, there's some movies. You ever look at a girl and you said, you know what? You're so ugly, you're cute.
This movie's so stupid, it's funny.
That's exactly it.
You know the movies that work like this? The movies that are kind of low budget, that like felt like they're a bunch of people put them together. They're not too slick like some of the Will Ferrell failed comedies are, you know. They're just... They are really low budget. They're held together in the seams with chewing gum and like Super Troopers.
Man,
yeah, and this is one of those movies.
This movie was not low budget. They spent some money on this movie.
I don't know.
You look at those sets. Okay, now I got to admit that trailer park that they were at, that's the same trailer park that's in Reno 911 because these are the same guys who make Reno 911.
Oh, so these are the same people who make Reno 911.
Yeah. Thomas Lennon, who played the German villain, he's like really like the brainchild behind all this.
And he's the funniest guy in the film.
He's the funniest guy in the film. He's the funniest guy on all those shows. But it's like Robert Ben Garant was the director, and he directed. He's one of the Reno 911 officers. He directed the Reno 911 movie.
What's his name?
Robert Ben Garant.
Okay. Robin Ben Garant?
Robert Ben Garant.
Okay, Robert Ben Garant is a pothead. Because these people sat around, smoked some shit, and then wrote this movie, and then smoked some more shit and directed it.
But this is like every comedy movie where they sit around, they have an idea, and they just come up with gag after gag after gag, and they hope they're going to have a story to string it together with. But if not, the cameras are going to start rolling on Tuesday, so let's just get this going and just hope for the best.
Man, throw it against the wall and see what sticks. And for some reason, the way that they just don't seem like they really care in this movie, it makes it funny. There's jokes that should not work. I'm looking at them, and they're gags I hate. People being kicked in the nuts, and fart jokes, and just dumb shit. People shoving stuff up other people's butts. Stuff that's not funny if you're older than 10. And yet, somehow, it managed to win me over.
What people fail to understand, that stupid comedy is funny when it's stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, in fact, I would love to give some cameras to a bunch of mentally retarded people and just let them go to town. I'm not talking about no home cameras. I'm talking about give them 35mm cameras and let them make a movie.
I think Crispin Glover did that, actually.
Don't stop at mentally retarded. Chimpanzees.
No.
Chimpanzees cameras.
That's ridiculous. Republicans.
I mean, come on, man. We got to get deep with this, all right? We have a
divide
good
our
time.
audience.
Yeah.
We don't want to lose the NASCAR dad.
Lady.
Yeah, they got extra income to spare.
I got to say I'm shocked because to me, this would be a movie for me because as much as I love Enter the Dragon and I love parody movies and I like this kind of humor and I really love Reno 911. I love the show. I love the movie they did. Was it last year or was it this year?
No, it was this year.
It was this year.
Yeah, it went by that quick.
But I really love that movie. And this, I wasn't into it as much as you guys were.
No, don't get me wrong. I was laughing pretty hard for the first hour.
Look at him backpedal.
No, man, what did I just say, man?
I thought we liked it the same, Leon.
Why you fucking with me, man? You heard me say. Now quit starting.
Mass stuff, shit.
Good stuff. Could you
Static.
start stuff with me? Man, that's karma for me calling people retarded. Now, you start starting stuff with me. No. Quit starting shit with me, man, because you heard me say at the beginning that this movie was actually very funny to me. I was sitting next to Martin just laughing.
I know.
In fact, I was laughing goofy. I was like, he got kicked in the nuts. But when that, after that hour was gone and that last 30 minutes kicked in, if you want to call it kicking in, or when they just ran out of steam and just said, fuck it, let's just do whatever. I really was like, man, this is really painful.
It's almost typical of movies like this. Like, like you bring up Super Troopers. Super Troopers is one of those movies where the first hour is hilarious. Mm-hmm. And that last 30 minutes where they're like, okay, we got to wrap this up. Let's go back to the plot. You're like, oh, I'm dying here, you guys. Just end it already. Just throw your hands up and say, like, you know what? Our plot is shit. And we're just going to go off.
The set pieces don't work. I mean, they should totally go with with Mel Brooks when he used to know what he was doing. The way he ended Blazing Saddles. We said, fuck it. We're going to have him break out of the wall and be in Hollywood and just go on the sets of all these movies. Right. Well, that doesn't make sense. Who cares if it makes sense?
Yeah.
Do you think anyone cares about the plot of this stupid movie?
The thing is, the movie's made really bad. It's directed badly. It's edited badly. But it all kind of lends itself to the stupidity of the movie. When I say stupidity, I mean that as it was very funny. But during that last 30 minutes, it really starts to show how bad this movie's made. All the editing errors that they made in the beginning, it's really obvious in that last 30 minutes. All the bad acting, and these are not bad actors. I mean, it's just directed badly. It begins to show in that last 30 minutes. It almost makes me wish that this was cut back to be like a straight to DVD hour-long movie or something.
It could have definitely used some editing or more of the Judd Apatow school thought, which is just film more and save more. Then you'll have more of the good pieces to save.
Right. I mean, yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you get now. So
You should make a movie.
I was all set to come out with my point, and then you kept talking to the point that I got distracted by what you said. And I was like, "Well, what the fuck was I going to say with this?" What I was going to say was, okay, the jokes in here, like I thought they had like a lot of great little gags, and especially the fake outs and the things that you expect to go one way and the misdirection. But the jokes weren't funny enough to carry the slow pace it was at. It wasn't at a slow pace, but the pace just wasn't quick. Like with a quicker pace, you can pump out bad jokes. You just fire them out there, and like you get them to where they come so fast that like before a person can notice that joke was dumb, the next joke is already in the chamber shooting out.
Yeah,
and they didn't have that pace going.
Yeah, look, man, everybody imitates Christopher Walken. We know that. Yes. We don't need Christopher Walken coming out and imitate himself. Right. I'm like, come on, man, quit playing.
It's like one of those. What if Christopher Walken was a evil Chinese warlord?
But he comes
might
out,
go something like this.
But Christopher Walken, he ain't Christopher Walken no more.
No,
that's what's funny. It's like Kevin Spacey does a better Christopher Walken impression than Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken has started appearing randomly on Cooking Network's websites where he's submitting videos of himself cooking chicken without any warning. He's kind of lost his mind at this point, I think. Because literally, he's not getting paid for it. He's submitting videos of how to cook food just for kicks.
It's just funny. He's like, a lot of people making money off of me. Well, shit, I'm finna jump on this bandwagon, too. And
I do the best impression of me ever.
Hey, maybe, he had lunch with William Shatner one day. And Shatner just said, look, Chris, you can either get mad about the parodies or you can just go into it and laugh yourself all the way to the bank.
I'm not saying it wasn't funny. I'm just saying it's obvious. You ain't fooling nobody, all right?
Right.
Quit fucking around.
Right. I mean, they could have just as well hired Jay Moore for a third of the price and had him do a Christopher Walken impression.
Exactly. They could have had a latex mask of Christopher Walken made and put on a Christopher Walken impersonator. That's how much he's trying to imitate himself. But he's cool, though. I like Christopher Walken. He's a good guy.
Because the alternative is not so good.
Yeah, you get sued for that shit. But and this guy that they have in the movie, this fat guy,
Dan Fogler.
Dan Fogler.
Who are you?
I have never heard of him before.
IMDb the person? Yeah. What the hell is this?
God damn. Yeah. How did you memorize this guy's name that quick? It's like before the movie even came out, he saw who he was. He's like, Dan Fogler's in this movie.
He's walking around like goddamn Data over here.
Come on, man. You guys, you don't retain the names
Oh,
of actors?
we're wasted.
No, no, I don't. You know, I'm
Well, he was
stupid.
the only guy in the movie who I didn't recognize, so I decided that I'm gonna learn his name.
I'm like, what are you psychic or something? It's like I nobody has ever seen this guy
Hey, man,
before.
This guy was he was a tour de force. He is a name to reckon with. He's somebody to watch. '07 is gonna be the year of Dan Fogler.